This is survival mode. Look at him. Still, but not at rest. Eyes moving. That red pulse in his chest has been running so long, it stopped feeling like fear. Started feeling like personality. You are not anxious because something is wrong with you. You are anxious because something worked. Arms wrapped around herself. Not for comfort, for protection. Her glow is fading. Not because she gave up, because she has been bracing for so long. The warmth is running out. That expression is not sadness. That is someone who is always 1 second away from the next bad thing. Back to back, both scanning, both carrying that same red pulse from the limbic system, the brain's emotional alarm center. There is nothing here, no danger, just darkness, but their nervous systems did not get that message. When you have been in survival mode long enough, your body stops waiting for danger to arrive. It just stays ready. This is what the nervous system was built for. The hypothalamus lights up red. That single signal starts everything. Gold sparks shoot down his arms and legs, adrenaline, moving faster than thought. His prefrontal cortex, the thinking brain, goes gray. Because when a tiger is in front of you, you do not need to think. You need to survive. The problem is, it fires for a lot more than tigers. Left, a tiger. Right, a dinner table, a cold shoulder, the feeling of being invisible to someone right next to you. Look at his brain on both sides, identical. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a threat that could kill your body and a threat that could destroy your sense of safety. To the body, it is all the same signal. This is what happens when that signal never turns off. Not panic, exhaustion. That red rising around her is cortisol. And it has been rising for a long time. This response was supposed to be temporary. Spike. Respond, recover, return to baseline. But when the threat is your home, your relationship, your own mind, the alarm was never given permission to stop. And this is what that looks like inside. Every cortisol dial, maxed. The rest dial, at 0. The baseline meter, stuck in the red. Those technicians have been trying to reset this system for months, maybe years, because the nervous system made a decision. The emergency is not the emergency anymore. The emergency is the baseline. And here is why this is so hard to see. When you have been in survival mode long enough, it does not feel like survival mode. It just feels like you. The hypervigilance feels like being observant. The emotional distance feels like being strong. The constant worst-case planning feels like being responsible. She looks fine. That pulse in her chest says otherwise. Arms crossed, jaw set. The label says handling it, but look at his shadow. Hunched, exhausted, alarm signals flashing in every direction. The shadow is not being dramatic. The shadow is the truth, underneath every person. Who looks like they are handling it is a nervous system. Keeping score of everything, the face refused to show. At 3 a.m., when there is nothing left to perform for, the body tells you what it has been holding all day. Cortisol still running. Her hippocampus, the memory center, slowly shrinking from months of chronic stress. Sleep gets shallower, memory gets harder, emotion flattens, not depression exactly. Just gray, just muted, just the alarm, still quietly running. And then there are the symptoms. Nobody connects to survival mode. The digestion that never works right. The tension that lives somewhere in the body. With no explanation. When cortisol is chronically elevated, the body deprioritizes everything. Not needed for fighting or running. Digestion, immune function, repair, rest, all of it on hold. Not separate problems. The same alarm, speaking through different rooms, of the same house. A meadow. Golden light, flowers, not a single threat in any direction. And look at her. Amygdala flashing red, eyes scanning the horizon, the most peaceful setting imaginable. And her nervous system is reading it as wrong. Because when you have been in survival mode long enough, calm does not feel like relief. Calm feels like a threat. Your nervous system does not think you are safe. It thinks you missed something. Left, a calm, loving, stable moment, and she cannot settle into it. Right, chaos, unpredictability, conflict. And she is paradoxically more at ease. Not because chaos is good for her, but because her nervous system was calibrated inside of chaos. Chaos is what it knows, and what the nervous system knows always feels more like home than somewhere safe it has never been. One path, familiar, the nervous system knows every turn, knows how to survive it. One path, safe, and it feels completely foreign. Feet pointed toward the familiar. Eyes looking at the safe. This is why people leave good relationships. Sabotage stable situations. Keep returning to what hurts. It is not self-destruction. It is a nervous system going toward. What it recognizes? Trained in the wrong classroom. She wants what he has. That steady, warm calm. But the closer her hand gets, the louder the amygdala fires, and she flinches, not because he is dangerous, because he is unfamiliar. The nervous system does not pull away from what is bad for it. It pulls away from what it does not recognize. Most people spend years thinking they are broken, when what they are is a nervous system, trying its best in the wrong environment. But here is what the research shows. The nervous system is not fixed. On the left, old pathways, red. Rigid, worn deep by survival mode. On the right, new pathways, teal, gold. Fragile, but growing. This is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to build new grooves, to recalibrate a baseline that was set in a different world. The old pathways fade, the new ones grow, but only with the right input. The nervous system does not speak the language of logic. It speaks the language of experience. Repeated, embodied, felt. That slow, extended exhale, longer out than in, directly activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, the biological opposite of fight or flight. Watch the cortisol fog clear. Watch the teal spread. The body does not need to be convinced. It needs to be shown. Not even touching, and her calm is already reaching him. This is co-regulation. Nervous systems are contagious. When you spend consistent time near someone whose system is regulated, your system begins to borrow that regulation. Not through conversation or advice, through presence. You literally calm down by being near someone who is calm. The body learns safety from other, one token at a time. Each safe moment stacked, each breath counted. Each time the nervous system braced for danger. And nothing bad happened. Recorded. Watch the meter. Red, yellow, green. The brain is a prediction machine. Give it enough repeated evidence that the world is safe right now, and it will slowly begin to believe you. He is looking at the version of himself that learned all of this, the younger one, the one in the chaos. And he is not afraid of that reflection. He understands it. Your nervous system did not fail you. It protected you with everything it had in an environment that required exactly that protection. Proud and grieving, because surviving cost something. The hypervigilance cost her rest. The armor cost her closeness. Your nervous system did its job, and it is allowed to grieve. The price that job required. The only question now is whether that job description still applies. The environment changed. Your nervous system just has not been told yet. You are not broken. You are not too far gone. You are a nervous system that received specific training in a specific environment, and you are now somewhere different that your body has not yet learned to trust. That is not a life sentence. That is a process. The nervous system that kept you alive deserves credit, and the version of you coming back to yourself deserves patience, the kind that shows up every day and gives the nervous system one more piece of evidence that this time it is safe to come down, Like and subscribe for more content like this.